Typical work week, I will spend a lot of time on the phone talking with potential clients. I will spend a lot of time talking with attorneys or who are on the other side in my cases. I will take depositions, which is where we go out and ask questions of witnesses under oath. Typically those are either videotaped or typed, the answers are typed down. And then we spend some time in trial if the case actually gets that far. Advantages are, at least at my age or my stage, having done it for 20 years, I have some flexibility in my schedule. I can do things kind of when I want to do them to some extent, kind of set my own calendar. So there's some flexibility there. It's not really a punch the clock 9 to 5 kind of job. It can be a good living for your family. You know, lawyers can do. There's a wide range of that, though. So you know, there's a wide range in what lawyers make, but it can be a good living for your family. It is mentally challenging, mentally stimulating. There's always a different problem to deal with. You're always trying to solve another puzzle or another problem from day to day. So that's one of the advantages of it.
Mm-hmm. What about a disadvantage?
Disadvantages, it can be highly stressful. Going in front of judges and having people's livelihoods or their future at stake with what you say and what kind of trial you prepare can be a stressful occupation, and it can be also time consuming. Yeah, a new lawyer is going to work, and again, it depends upon, there's such a wide range of legal jobs, it depends, but a typical lawyer working in a firm is going to work a minimum of 50 hours a week. And there are going to be times when they're preparing for trial that it's going to be a lot more than that, or when they're in trial. So I think anybody who's getting in the legal business needs to plan on working 50 to 60 hours a week. Well, the legal field went through a huge boom for probably 20 years, and that has stopped in the last 5 years. There are fewer people now graduating from law school, and it's much harder to get a job coming out of law school. So the law schools are reducing their class size. So there is a little bit of an overabundance of attorneys, and that impacts how much work each attorney can do and how young lawyers, the ability they have to get jobs. So that's been a big change. Technology is always obviously a huge change. When I started, you did all the legal research in books. There was some early computer PC programs that were available. Now that's very rare that any law student or young lawyer would use books to do legal research. It would all be done on computer. So that's one of the biggest changes. And then the ability to create documents has changed so much because of computers, and so much more of our work's done by email now than it used to be. So things like that, that's all changed, and it's accelerated in the last 5 years because of technology. Well, since we're in the problem-solving business, we look for people who are able to solve problems. It's the single most important attribute of an employee, in my opinion, in any kind of job, but in our job especially, is the ability to take a project and get to the end without having constant supervision, and then bringing something to the project beyond just the bare bones. You have to be able to think outside the box. But for any young person who is thinking about whatever job they're going to get into, I think the single biggest attribute you can have is the ability to work independently and solve problems.